Are we ready to start? The answer is yes. Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about German volume training, also known as GVT. Now, if you're sat there thinking, well, that's all well and good, Josh, but what the hell is German volume training? Don't worry, I've got you covered. So I was under the impression that I knew quite a lot about training, but when someone mentioned this type of training to me, I had no idea what they were talking about, so I did a bit of research. And when I say research, I mean Wikipedia. So, as described by Wikipedia, German volume training, GVT, commonly referred to as the 10 by 10 workout, is a form of weight training. It employs high set counts and moderate repetitions. GVT workouts typically involve 10 sets of 10 repetitions focused on a specific muscle group. Josh, you told me what GVT is, you told me you're making a video on it, but why? Why are you telling me about this? Well, I'm thinking that the majority of people watching this are in similar situations to me. That similar situation being it's lockdown, the gyms are closed, been closed for a while. We don't have the luxury of owning, a big home gym, or even have the luxury of owning multiple sets of weights, bench presses, squat racks, all the good stuff. So speaking for myself, I was getting to the point where I wasn't really enjoying home workouts anymore. I'm lucky in the fact I've got some weight, so you'll see them. I've got two 12 kgs, two 20 kgs, two 32 kgs, and an adjustable bench. That's essentially what I've been working with throughout all of lockdown. But for me, I was getting so bored of it. I was getting to the point where I was going through the motions. Every training session felt a little repetitive. I wasn't as motivated as I should be before. I'll be honest, I was bored in workouts. I was bored of not being able to progressively overload. I stopped even noting my workouts down. I was going through the motions, getting it done, leaving leaving my living room behind after it and thinking, at least I've done it. This is where German volume training was pretty much a lifesaver for me in terms of motivation for the gym. So once I'd done my research behind it, I thought, you know what, I could use this and actually not only change my workouts up so I've got something, the feeling when you've got something different to look forward to, a bit more motivation because it's new, it's different. It's actually working, it's making me actually not only get a pump, not only put a lot of work and effort in, a lot of sets, a lot of reps, I'm feeling the benefits. I'm actually finishing a workout and I can feel my chest. The next day it feels like it's been worked, and I've lacked that for so long in lockdown. The way I've been using German volume training is probably not I'm not using it to the letter of the law. I'm not doing it for every muscle group or every workout within a session. I'm picking one sort of exercise within my workout split and using it for that. So as you all know by now, I do a push-pull leg split, and I'm very limited in what I can do in lifts at home. So it's adapted already. So for example, let's take a push workout. A few weeks ago, I was going through the motions, like I said. I was probably doing a warm-up on some 12 kgs, a few working sets on 20 kg, working up to a 32 kg press, and I was probably doing 4 sets, 12 reps, and that was me done. I can't go any further up. There's no more weight to add, so now I was dropping back down, maybe doing some push-ups, maybe doing different variants of a chest workout, but all in all, it was pretty boring. But then, when I started incorporating GVT into my workouts, it works a lot better. So now what I do, take a push day for example, we'll take a push day with a focus on the chest. I'll still warm up on 12s and do maybe a 1 set on 20 kgs just to get the blood flowing. Then when I hit 32 kg, this is where GVT comes into it. So my aim now is to do 10 sets of 10 reps on 32 kgs, which it's a lot of volume, it's a lot of reps, and it hurts. The first week I did it, I managed to do 5 sets of 10 reps. My chest was shot, I was fatigued, so I'm only having a minute break in between sets. Then I dropped it back down to 20 kgs and did the last 5 like that. So I've still done 10 sets of 10, I've just dropped the weight halfway through. Week 2 of doing GVT, again focus on chest, I managed 6 sets on 32 kg, then dropped the last 4 down. So I'm actually progressing, it's giving me that ability and that sort of space to progressively overload like I would in the gym. It's very hard work, but to me, it's working really, really well. I've started doing GVT, it's not only giving me the motivation, like it's something new, something to get into, it's giving me that variable. So the first week, I managed 5 sets on 32, 10 reps before dropping back down the weight and doing it the last 5 on a lower weight. The second week, I managed 6. Next week I'm gonna go for 7. So it's giving me that ability to progressively overload each week again, and it's just something to look forward to. The good thing about the training as well is, like I've already said, I'm quite lucky to have the weights I've got. If you're sat at home, you've got a couple of 14 kgs, a couple of 12 kgs, again, let's talk about chest workouts. You try doing 10 by 10 on a dumbbell chest press, you're gonna feel it. I don't care what the weight is. And if you are finding it easy, your progression could be reducing the rest in between sets. So it's very variable, and I would definitely recommend giving it a go. So obviously I've only been doing this type of training a couple of weeks now. So although my benefits are really good, it's nice to have that motivation back. It's nice to switch the training up. It's nice to have that room for improvement, because for me, going to the gym, progressively overloading it's massive. It's nice to set targets and smash them. So for me now, working towards something, that gives me more motivation. But if you're sat there thinking, you know what, you've only done it 2 weeks, why should I listen to you? Yeah, that's probably not the best idea. So, did a bit of research on Google again, just to see like what the long-term benefits of GVT are, and here they are. Here we go. What are the claimed benefits of GVT? For people looking to quickly add mass, German volume training has the following benefits. It suits bulking schedules, increases hypertrophy, it uses compound exercises, increased volume forces your unused muscle fibers into action, heightens metabolism, and even increases grit and determination. That to me sounds like a pretty good list. If you haven't noticed by now, we're just moving the camera at different points of my kitchen for different points of the video to keep you engaged. I'm used to doing challenges dressed up as Spider-Man and doing army challenges. So doing this sort of video, I'm hoping you're still sort of there, because let's face it, it's nice to learn something new every now and then. But anyway, negatives. Are there any side effects or things I don't like about doing GVT? I'm only going to speak for myself, because why would I speak for anyone else? My negatives up to now are, it's quite fatiguing. So, is fatiguing a word? I don't know. But for example, let's take my pull day. I did it yesterday. I chose to do 10 sets of 10 on bicep curls on 20 kg in each arm. That was hard enough. Like my rest periods the further I got, my rest got longer in between. So that's already not a negative, but something to be wary of. Another negative to it would be your form. You could, I guess, sacrifice your form somewhat towards the end of the set. So when I got to set 7, my arms there was a lot of lactic acid in there. They were quite tired, they were quite fatigued. If I look back at some footage of me working out yesterday, my form would not be spot on for the last 3 sets. So a negative for me would have been, drop your ego, go down a weight to finish it off, stop pushing through that. So that could happen. Also, I guess, because of how much it takes out of you, and I'm still relatively new to it, by the time I'd done 10 sets of 10 on bicep curls, when it come to doing my back as part of the workout, I was quite fatigued and quite tired. I'd spent a lot of time working out already. So when it come to, in my head, it was going to be, right, I'm going to do 10 sets of 10 on upright rows. When it come to that, my body was quite stiff already. So that's another negative, but that's being very picky. I still got it done and I still enjoyed it. That's if I had to pick something out that I didn't love about it, I guess that would be it. The only other thing I think of is, if you've got a short space of time for your workouts, trying to do GVT incorporated into your whole session while still doing other body parts and other exercises, it can be quite long-winded. So you be prepared to spend like over an hour working out. But that's me, that's how I work out, because I've been doing 10 sets of 10, then incorporating other exercises. So for example, I did 10 sets of 10 bicep curls as my main exercise on biceps. After that, I still did incline curls, hammer curls. I was really wearing it out. So my workout became quite long. I guess you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But overall, like I said, I'm being very picky there. It's just if someone pinned me to a wall, put a gun to my head and said, you tell me something you don't like about GVT now, that's what I'd say. So that is pretty much it. I realise this is a slightly different style of video to what I normally do, but I thought, you know what, I've learned something new. Maybe you haven't heard of it either. Maybe you might enjoy doing it. So that's all the information I've got on GVT. Hope you pick something up. But as always, this is the end of the video. So if you liked the video, please drop it a like. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you all next week.